know me as Woodsplitter Lee Cross, the posable animal artist. And over the years, people's asked me a lot of questions saying, how'd you get to where you are today, Lee? What's your story? How'd you get started? So I think it's time I finally let you guys know. I was born and raised in Alaska. And we had an outhouse in the woods for a while instead of a bathroom. And oftentimes when it snowed, we'd lose electricity for a couple days. So we'd just pull out the candles, I'd go split wood with my dad for heat. I thought it was a really nice life. I used snow to build life-size animals. I would build my own worlds using anything I could find, whether it be icicles, snow, limbs, dirt. It was like a burning fire inside of me to create with my hands. I wanted to sculpt the animals I was seeing, and I wanted to use a substance that wasn't snow, because snow melts, and I wanted others to be able to enjoy them too. So I did. I was 12 years old at the time. I never had any training in art. That's when my business started. It was a tremendous honor to me that others actually wanted what I loved to do, especially being just a kid at the time. Animals were the embodiment of beauty and innocence to me, and I wanted to show what I saw in them through my work in the most realistic possible way. I poured so much of my heart and soul into every single one of them, to the point they almost feel like my children. Over 500 creations later, to this day, that fire is still blazing on in my heart. I feel as if I've never worked a day in my life. Because if you love what you do, it isn't work. You get to play all day. If you have fire inside of you, don't let anything hold you back from doing what you love. Treat it like your superpower, because it is. People, they're drawn to originality. They want to see something new, and they want to see something wonderful and desirable. You can ask yourself, what kind of a feeling do I want to give people who see the work that I do? Is it a good feeling? Is the feeling happy enough that they would want to share it with their loved ones, so their loved ones can get the same good feeling that they did when they saw what you made? That's desirability. You can actually get a glimpse of what's inside someone just by looking at their music, their writings, their sculptures. Because what's in your heart will in every way show itself through the work that you do. An excellent example of this was when I was in Korea, and I had a table full of my fantasy creatures on display there. And I was looking at their faces, and I realized that every single one of their expressions were a reflection of what I was feeling at the moment I was making them. One of the animals looked quite ill, which happened to be on the day where I was running a fever, and I just felt awful as I was making him. Another animal looked in complete bliss, which was on the day where I had the best cup of New Zealand coffee I've ever had. And that was the happiest looking creature I had ever seen. Another looked quite drowsy, like he was falling asleep, probably because I was making him at 3 o'clock in the morning. Lastly, be self-motivated. The only limit of how far you can go is the limit that you set on yourself. Do not just set mediocre goals for yourself. Shoot for the moon. But if you only hit the tops of the trees, at least you made it off the ground. Well, thank you, and for your wonderful support you've shown me all of these years. It's just an honor and a blessing to be able to bring some joy into your lives in some way. Thank you.